With the Squid Game finale, a lot of people were left disappointed by how the show actually ended, especially with the baby winning the entire competition. In today's video, I'll be making a list of all the potential winners if we exclude plot armor from the equation. So, let's see who the real winner of Squid Game should have been. As a special mention, we have In-ho. Like Gi-hoon, he was a previous winner, and as the mastermind behind all the games, he would have a plan for every challenge he faced. We also exclude Gi-hoon, because he was the rightful winner for this edition as well. Starting off this list, we have player 124, Nam-gyu. Before dying from severe withdrawals, Nam-gyu displayed real winner potential. Even in the jump rope game, despite his deplorable state, he managed to reach the gap and was only hit by the rope. At the moment he realized Min-soo had lied to him and that there were no drugs left. Honestly, I believe that even in his condition, he could have cleared the 5th game, but his death was necessary to spotlight Min-soo and his character development. Nam-gyu had one of the highest kill counts in the 2nd edition of the Squid Game, and his plan to eliminate more blue players during the hide-and-seek game was pure brilliance. By killing a blue player, he would also eliminate a red one, so the competition would be significantly reduced after the 4th game. He was one of the most influential O voters and had no trouble clearing all the games before the jump rope. His only downfall was his drug addiction. If he hadn't had access to Thanos pills or hadn't abused them, he would have easily made it to the final game. Being an avid O voter, he would have no problem integrating with player 100 and his group. He would likely even volunteer to help sacrifice Mongi and Min-soo, and I'm pretty sure he'd be the one to push them himself. Another strong winner candidate is Thanos. As I mentioned in a previous video, his death was necessary for the plot to move forward and to show Myungi's descent into darkness. I won't go into too much detail here, because I've already made a full video on what if Thanos were alive in Season 3, which I'll link in the description if you want to explore that topic further. Here's a quick summary of Thanos' actions in Season 3. I don't think he would have had any issues surviving the hide-and-seek game, even if he had drawn a blue ball. If he had picked red instead, it's likely he and Nam-gyu would have teamed up, leading to a total bloodbath during the 4th game. As for the jump rope game, Thanos looked tall and athletic. If Nam-gyu, while going through withdrawal, could make it halfway across the bridge, then Thanos would have had no trouble clearing the game, especially since he didn't abuse drugs like Nam-gyu. In the finale, the same scenario as Nam-gyu's would apply. His debt was around 1.19 billion won, so he wouldn't have any issue splitting the money with 6 or 7 people. The only variable would be whether his mind would snap from drug use, but we saw him thinking rationally during the Mingle game. He only pushed another player because they didn't meet the required number, and even after that, he showed genuine remorse. The third potential winner on this list is none other than Jung Bai. I honestly feel sorry for him. How the frontman kept him alive during the Mingle game only to kill him in front of Gi-hoon in a cruel attempt to break his spirit. As a former Marine, he wouldn't have had any problems during the 4th game, regardless of the team he was on. He could easily defend himself, or if needed, eliminate another contestant. Maybe if Jung Bai had been a red player, he would have been the one to kill Seon-yeon, but unfortunately, he didn't survive long enough to play that game. Regarding the jump rope game, it wasn't particularly difficult, and 8 people managed to pass it. Most deaths weren't caused by the rope knocking players off the bridge, but rather by player 96's strategy. If Jung Bai had been on the track when player 96 placed himself at the end of the bridge, Gi-hoon likely would have reacted immediately to protect his friend, meaning many more players could have survived that game had Jung Bai still been alive. In the Sky Squid game, he would have proven to be a reliable ally to Gi-hoon and Myungi, tipping the balance in their favor. Gi-hoon and Myungi were able to overpower the 4 players on their own, so with Jung Bai's help, their victory would have been guaranteed. The number 2 spot belongs to Myungi. He finished the competition in 2nd place, and if it weren't for one mistake, he could have easily been the winner of this edition. As brilliant as his actions were at the beginning, they were equally disastrous at the end. He displayed incredible manipulation skills at the start of the final game, only to fumble in the end by killing player 100 without even considering the possibility that player 39 might kill himself. And if that mistake wasn't bad enough, He also failed to watch over the bridge with just a few seconds left on the clock. Had he waited just 10 more seconds defending the bridge, he could have pushed Gi-hoon mid-jump and secured the win. But once again, Gi-hoon's plot armor kicked in, even when he was unarmed and outmatched by Mongi. I honestly believe that the only reason Mongi lost the finale was because of plot armor, nothing else. Mongi demonstrated one of the most diverse skill sets of any player. He was the only one to survive all the games without aligning himself with any particular group. On top of that, in the first part of the competition, he made sure Junhee was safe before completing the challenge himself. He also had one of the highest kill counts, and his actions had a massive impact on the overall storyline. He killed not just one major character, but two, Thanos and Hyun-ju. So yeah, if it weren't for plot armor, Mongi would have been the rightful winner of the Squid Game. But I believe the biggest robbery of all was Hyun-ju. They had to nerf and kill her during the fourth game, because there was no other way to stop her from winning the competition. She displayed the strongest overall traits among all participants, both physically and mentally. Her emotional intelligence during the second game was next level. The way she handled both Jung Bai and Seon-yeon, helping them pass the challenge, was more than enough to place her in the top tier. Seeing her actions during the rebellion only reaffirmed my belief that she deserved to win the competition. And if that wasn't enough, she was the MVP of the fourth game, single-handedly keeping both Gyumja and Junhee alive and taking down two red players while completely unarmed. As I said, the only reason she was killed was because there was no other way to stop her. She even died stabbed in the back, literally, after surviving so many face-to-face confrontations. She didn't even realize there was an enemy behind her. And to make things worse, that enemy was none other than the father of the baby she died protecting. That's just cruel irony. So, with this, we conclude our list of potential Squid Game winners. I truly believe that everyone on this list had the qualities and displayed the traits necessary to win this competition, especially considering what the final game was and the fact that there could have easily been multiple winners if it weren't for plot armor. What do you think of this list? Would you add or remove someone? Let me know in the comments.